Welcome to the No Dunks Podcast. It's Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
What's up, everybody?
Next to him, it's my Top Shot hot boy. That's Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. In the stream team right now, hit the like button, subscribe, comment away. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. The NBA season is here, and what a start. Let's just jump right into the games. We'll do a little up-down report a bit later when it comes to the production with NBC back in our lives, but we got to start with the game. The basketball. It was fun. The Oklahoma City Thunder celebrated their title run last year by beating franchise legend Kevin Durant and the visiting Rockets in double overtime. Yes, first game of the season, they played an extra 10 minutes. It wouldn't end. Don't worry about the second game, the doubleheader. We'll eventually get to it, but man, I don't know where you want to start, Trey Kirby, with this one because there's so much to unpack in terms of the ending of regulation, what happened in the first overtime, and timeouts that were called but not called, and all this stuff.
That's tough to say. Yeah. I got like 19,000 pages of notes for this one game, and then a few things on the Lakers and the Warriors as well. Once we get into it, start with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I guess. 5 points at half. 30 points after the first half, including 12 in the fourth quarter, went 4 of 5 from the field, hit the game-tying shot with 2 seconds left, a beautiful move. Basically, all of his baskets were on great defenders from the Rockets as well, whether it be Amen Thompson or pump-faking Kevin Durant, drawing the foul, knocking down the free throws. 12 points as well for SGA in the two overtime periods. He was incredible. Slow start, looked to be getting his teammates involved, I thought, in the first half. It kind of seemed like the Thunder were missing Jalen Williams out there with his recovery from wrist surgery. The Rockets were taking their chances doubling SGA, and he was doing a good job of getting the ball out of his hands, letting other people make plays. Ajay Mitchell really helped out, I thought, in the first half, keeping OKC attached. But when it came down to it, SGA was getting to his spots. He said, as things usually do, coverages loosen up. As the game went on, it's just hard to keep up that defensive intensity, even though the Rockets have a real huge team out there. It was the MVP for a reason. He was a clutch player of the year candidate for a reason, and he just made so many shots, got exactly where he needed to go, brought his team the championship in game one. The game one champions.
Oh, wow. They have the belt. I guess they had the belt at the end of last year because they won the title, and they continue to hold the championship belt right now. Rockets could have taken it off them last night.
The Rockets almost did.
Yep.
The Thunder did look just a little sluggish, I suppose. It's ring night. It's night one. No Jalen Williams out there, even though Chet Holmgren was carrying this team in the first half. I thought he was freaking spectacular, hitting shot after shot after shot.
What did he start? 7 for 7 from the floor?
Yeah, all 7 of his shots. As you said, Shai only had 9 points going into the fourth quarter. And then boom, boom, boom. Here's the freaking MVP. Although on the other side, I know our chats, I know on social media, there was an MVP on that side. It wasn't Kevin Durant. It was Alperen Şengün. I mean, he was awesome. Spectacular. Phenomenal. We watched him in Eurobasket and how he grew this summer. He obviously put a lot of weight on his back on that team, and it looks like he's taken it into the first half of this season. That being said, I'm glad you started with Shai because I know people want to rip Kevin Durant and how he wasn't used enough in this game, and I totally agree. I thought Kevin Durant just wasn't called upon enough in that fourth quarter.
You think they went through Şengün a little too much,
and
even
Thompson.
Though he was cooking.
Yeah, I want to see more Kevin Durant. That's what he's here for. That's what they signed him up for, to kill in the fourth quarters. And it's not his fault, but he was off the ball a ton. He scored 1 bucket in the fourth quarter. It was really a broken play, and Kevin Durant just did what he does. He scored at the end of a possession, had a bad turnover late in this fourth quarter. He really didn't do a lot. He wasn't called for. I thought Ime Udoka went to Amen Thompson twice. Immediately after a timeout, 3 minutes left, here comes Amen Thompson. What a freaking play. What a freaking finish. I don't care what the box score says about Amen Thompson. He was freaking awesome in this game. I don't care if he was 0 for 7 for 3. I thought the 3 balls.
Yeah, I care if you can't shoot threes.
It hurts.
I definitely care.
It hurts.
4 turnovers, that hurts as well.
Yeah,
they need a real point guard. That's a big part of the reason I think KD wasn't involved in the second half. He had 14 in the first half, 23 he ended the game with, and the guy was a bystander for most of the second half, I thought, in this game. That's where a real point guard gets Kevin Durant involved. He was just standing in the corner waiting. We saw that forever with the Phoenix Suns. They didn't have a real point guard either. That's been a criticism with Kevin Durant, even dating back to the OKC days, like when Westbrook would start going haywire and shooting the ball every time. It's like, let's get KD the ball. He's willing to play in the flow of things, but they need somebody to get him in the flow of things. Because you're right, this is Alperen Şengün's team, 100%.
Yeah.
We caught a little flack in the offseason tasks. I put Alperen Şengün as the Rockets' best player. I was right, 39 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, a block, and 5 threes. Shooting it with confidence. They're playing through him. I think it works, but they do need a ball handler who can get everybody involved, because you don't want Kevin Durant just waiting to maybe get the ball.
Yeah. Kevin Durant did say in training camp, I can play with a point guard. I can play without a point guard. And so I thought he would just be involved more. And it was up to Amen Thompson. It was up to Alperen Şengün, who was friggin' awesome. That was great. He's going to have by far his most three-pointers made of his career. He hasn't been an incredible three-point shooter at all, but he looks so much better, especially when you want to space out the floor for guys like Amen Thompson, Kevin Durant, whoever. It would be great. I did think, you don't have a point guard, you're not a championship team. Sure. Reed Shepherd just wasn't that guy yesterday. Defensively wasn't that guy. Just wasn't fighting enough. Offensively wasn't that guy. It would be nice to have Fred. There is no doubt. I thought it would just be way more on Durant's shoulders, and it wasn't. He scored 6 in those last 22 minutes of gameplay, as you'd call it, quarter plus 2 overtimes. We had the 1 bucket in the fourth quarter. He had 1 in the second overtime. It just felt like he should have been involved more, and he really didn't play a lot in the fourth quarter. He was called on for the last 4 minutes and 55 seconds in that fourth quarter. I guess he's chilling and waiting for the guys to get him involved. I thought we'd see more Durant.
Well, he unfortunately helped the Rockets lose the game.
Yes.
Kevin Durant did. I mean, he had a rough night, if we're being completely honest. It started with him getting booed mercifully by the OKC crowd. I think a lot of us thought, now that they won the title, maybe the OKC crowd will take it a little easier on him. No, they booed him. He booed them right back. That was sort of funny. But then he did signal for the timeout that the Rockets didn't have. Like, heaven forbid the Rockets go on to win this game in this double overtime. The NBA internet would have been in an uproar over the obvious timeout that he and sort of the team was calling here, and the officials just straight up missed. Should have been a technical, should have been a shot for OKC. Yeah. Then KD missed the first of 2 free throws in the final seconds of regulation. Let's not forget that part, which allowed Shea to even force overtime with that little pretty mid-range jumper. And then KD fouled SGA with 2 seconds left in the second overtime. The pump fake party from Shea. I mean, KD did a pretty good job.
He did.
He didn't bite on the first 5 or 6 moves, but Shea just kept going with it and eventually baited him into it, and that fouled him out. So, he even admitted after the game, a couple of those things, my bad, yeah, that's me. But I hear you guys, it's going to take a little while here, and it would help if they had a point guard. I'm with you, Trey, to work out the kinks in terms of the more of the rhythm of who's getting touches, who's getting shots. Because Şengün, please call him Şengün, was awesome. Şengün, man, on the broadcast.
They were going hard on it. I like. He's got frosted tips now. Frosted tips and a little line shaved in his head. He came in feeling himself, and he played awesome.
He was awesome. Yeah, when you look at Durant's stats, pretty good. 9 of 16, 23 points. But he needed to touch it more. I do agree. I'm glad that they didn't call a technical free throw on that timeout call, though. There's no way you can start an NBA season, start this new NBA deal even. Adam Silver's got to be sitting out there saying, no, don't end the first game on a freaking technical foul. I'm glad they didn't call it. Oh, he asked for it.
I mean, it was pretty blatant. That's why the Thunder, coaches and players, they were going ballistic for them. I feel like they don't usually go that overboard with their reactions. They were going nuts. Yeah, he finally stopped squinting for a second. His eyes were wide open going, he called the timeout, man. He did a Chris Webber. Yeah. But yeah, for us as basketball fans, it was better they actually got to decide it, I guess, on the floor, I guess. But they missed that one. Zach Zarba's just literally said we missed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the game could have ended in 1 overtime on free throws, and instead it ended up free throws in second overtime.
The second one. Yeah, that's true. Although Shea did miss a bunch of key free throws as well that luckily they recovered. I mean, he missed 4 free throws. Maybe it's opening night and guys miss free throws. We'll get into the second game. More missed free throws.
Not from Jimmy.
Not from Jimmy is the free throw master. I'd say he's the second best drawer of fouls in the game. Luka number 1, but Jimmy's so good.
No love for SGA?
Yeah, he's good.
He's pretty good
He just didn't make him last night.
I thought it was at least promising in a way that Reed Sheppard, as bad as he played, he wasn't like yanked like immediately from Udoka. Like he was given opportunities, but brutal game. I mean, you said he was exploited on the defensive end. Like their eyes were lighting up anytime he was out there attacking him. He's just so small. And then, outside of the odd 3-pointer that he did hit, he had a couple. He took some really...
He banked one in from the top of the key.
Yeah. He just does not look strong with the ball. He looks scared with the ball to me. When he's and you're playing the Thunder, you're playing the best defense in the league, which they just run endless guys that are like going to put pressure on you. Maybe it's different against the Wizards and Hornets on a Thursday night. Yeah, but man, he's going to have to like learn here quickly because they need a point guard. Amen Thompson's great, but he's not a point guard like this. Like you think we're saying we need here, or they need, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Thompson did a lot of good stuff, but he didn't do the point guard stuff all that well. I thought the Rockets' best clutch time offense was running it through Şengün, or there was that time that KD ended up with the ball at the top of the key. He had Jalen Williams on him, so Caruso had to double. He dishes it over to Şengün. Şengün got a shot up. That was their best kind of clutch time offense when those two were the guys leading things rather than Amen Thompson, even though Amen had a couple of really tough buckets in the paint, just getting guys off him, finishing over the top. That was super impressive. But yeah, people owe Mark Price some apologies right now. Everybody was comparing Reed Sheppard to Mark Price. I think it was just because he has the same haircut. You don't see that kind of haircut in 2025. That is an 80s and 90s haircut. He looks tiny. He looked like he was 1 inch tall. They went at him every single time, and maybe he does look good against the Wizards and Hornets. You got to beat the Thunder.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
you're eventually gonna have to go through them. Yeah, probably.
What I didn't like to see was from Reed Sheppard. Okay, maybe he just needs some reps on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, he wasn't fighting enough. He wasn't fighting over screens. He was just allowing guys to be open. And so that's got to be Reed. That's got to be this Rockets team. They are incredible defensive. They need somebody to get Amen Thompson more involved off the ball because Amen Thompson was so good at creating for himself. And I think Ime Udoka wanted that. Again, those 2 plays, 3 minutes left after a timeout, it was Amen Thompson doing his thing. And Daigneault wanted the Thunder to play way off Amen Thompson, and that helps him because he's a giant and because he gets space and because he can see to be able to distribute a little bit. He's just so freaking good. They just want somebody else to be able to bring up the ball. And you said that they didn't yank him. Skeets, you're totally right that they gave him 28 minutes. So it wasn't like, hey, you can't play here on this team. They are going to try him a ton.
They almost have no choice, like with the no Van Vliet.
Yeah, where's the Aaron Holiday minutes?
Is he? Yeah, did he?
He didn't play.
He didn't get
He
him.
played Josh Okogie 20 minutes. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that guy was out there that long.
Yeah.
Very long. I thought, yes.
He was way better than Tari Eason. I think that's
Also
why Udoka
brutal.
was going with him. Yeah.
Yeah, the Şengün pronunciation, questionable, but the Okogie pronunciation also, I don't know, maybe it was the audio coming through the broadcast, but...
That one's always changing, though.
Okogie?
Yeah, or G, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
Şengün, that's his name.
That's his name.
Şengün sounds like a completely different person, which I do love. I want to run with Şengün.
Yeah, I started looking up. There's got to be an NHL fighter named Shane who was also goon. Yeah, I could have sworn there was one.
Sounds like that's a thing. What else? Any other notes from this game?
I mean, 25 turnovers for the Rockets. It's the Thunder, so they're going to force a ton of turnovers. They did a lot of that in the second half when they got back into the game, but that's kind of an indication of not having natural playmakers handling the ball. I think basically everybody turned the ball over quite a bit. 4 for Şengün, 4 for Durant, 4 for Amen Thompson, 3 for Steven Adams. Okay, fine. 2 for Reed and 4 for Tari Eason, who, like you mentioned, Skeets, was pretty bad. 1 for 6 from the field as well. But then the Rockets shot 11 of 39 from 3-pointers. Okay, so he didn't shoot it much better, but Houston, I think, is going to run into perimeter problems as time goes on. That's why they're going to be active, trying to get a point guard, because they're going to need somebody to be a reliable outside presence, I think.
Yeah, I liked watching this giant lineup. I think Tarico said it was the biggest starting lineup in NBA history? Question mark.
I mean, you have 4 guys that are like 6'10", 6'11", if not taller, in Durant, Shane Goon, Steven Adams, and Jabari Smith Jr. And then Amen Thompson was the point guard, and he's like 6'7". That's massive.
That's probably the
Doesn't
biggest
help
lineup
Reed
in NBA
Shepard out
history.
when he's out there. He looks even smaller with these guys out there.
Yeah. So Ime Udoka has them playing the zone, which they're good at, and also, a little match zone or whatever you want to call it, a guy running up in the middle of the zone. So they were really good at taking away Shea at first, but then, Shea comes on, 24 points in the fourth quarter in overtime. I'm Shea. Also, Chet Holmgren deserves a lot of love. Jalen Williams can stay injured for as long as he needs, and this could be the year, because Jalen Williams is out, that Chet Holmgren automatically gets his all-star appearance. It just feels right. If you're going to score this much, like Jalen Williams did last year with Chet Holmgren out, it can reverse. This guy can be your all-star. Last note, Serge Ibaka was there. Pretty cool with his cool hat.
Very cool hat.
I don't know how expensive that hat is, but it looks very expensive. I just loved how he was there to celebrate this championship with a team that he obviously played for, but he wasn't there for the championship. He's just there because he just loves OKC and just loves his guys, and he's a good dude. That's all. Okay. Good for him. Good for him to celebrate.
Well, in all of our love for Amen Thompson, it was a little weird that the guy that's 22 years old was the one cramping up here on opening night. I think that's what they're saying. I don't think it was a major injury of any sort, but look, he plays hard, and it was a long game, and it is the first game, so maybe there's the shock to the system, but he's the one that unfortunately had to leave there in those overtime periods. Like, he didn't play a lot when we got into the extra frame, and that's the right thing to do if he's legit cramping up, which I assume he was. You're not going to force him to play or anything like that in game one, but sort of weird to see. Again, the super athlete of all athletes out there is the one they had to take off.
The muscles are
Get
too
some more
quick
water in that
twitch.
guy.
Yeah. Hey, he'll get better as the season goes on. I think the Chet point is really good. He was incredible last night. 2 of 5 from 3. He's shooting it from even deeper out, shooting it with confidence, hit a big one in this one, but he scares me because that guy falls hard. He hit the ground a lot, and that's kind of how he got hurt last year, right? Was falling down, broke his pelvis because the dude is so skinny. He needs to take a Dwayne Wade class. Here's how you fall.
Here's how you fall.
Like, that's something Dwayne Wade had to learn too, because he was going down, getting hurt a lot, driving to the hoop. But man, it seems like his bones are going to shatter every time he falls on the ground.
He's super skinny. It was a workout video that the OKC put out. That wasn't OKC. Whoever put it out, I guess it was him, that he was working out, and he had these little shorts and little tank top, and you could see all of his bones, really. I mean, he's that thin. He was working out hard with a trainer, but everything he was doing, you could literally see how skinny he was. And I questioned a little bit about the chest press form a little bit. Like, he wasn't going deep. He wasn't going deep at all. I mean, it was sort of deep, but it wasn't deep. I mean, he's strong enough. He's obviously tough enough. But he's probably not going to gain a lot more weight. That's
Sounds like Chet Holmgren needs the Peloton cross-training Tread Plus. I'll sell you one later, Chet. Keep listening.
Well, that's a good
Swivel screen.
There was a trainer literally standing right beside him. I just thought, get deeper. I know that tall guys have problems going extremely deep with their form. It's hard work for big guys. Okay. Our man Justin Vandenberg used to say that to me at the gym on King Street.
Wow,
Jesus, what a pull.
Justin
I haven't
Vandenberg.
heard that name in 15 years.
Me and Justin Vandenberg would work out, and I'd say, "Come on, you can do it better than that." He goes, "No, I'm way taller than you. I've got more distance to travel."
Wow.
Yeah, that's why Ronnie Stickney was the biggest jack dude at my high school. He was like Reed Shepard height, so he could bench press a ton.
You said his name was Sticky?
Stickney.
Oh.
Ronnie Stickney.
Okay.
That's true.
He's a little guy. Another little guy that was really good. Cason Wallace, 14 points, 7
awesome.
boards, 5 assists, 4 steals, 3 3-pointers, hit a clutch 3 in the fourth quarter, hit another one in overtime. He got the start because Jalen Williams is out with his injury, and if that's the guy you just get to throw in a spot start, you're lucky.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with this Thunder team. This is why they're the defending champs. There's all these stretches in games where it's like, oh, it's the Cason Wallace couple of minutes here, or Caruso on the defensive end, or Dort on the defensive end, or Hartenstein, I thought, had a little stretch in this game. I guess it was in the fourth quarter where he threw an oop, and then he had his little patented floater push shot, and then he drew a charge. Like, they just have so many guys that they stack up here that just help, all add it all together, and it contributes to a winning basketball team. And then Shea's there to take you home at the end, who just completely took over in these shots.
And they were able to overcome a bad 3-point shooting night.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the
this
first
could have
night,
been a blowout, in all honesty.
if OKC came through. Yeah.
They shot 52 3-pointers.
25% on 52 attempts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's, how many more times this season will they honestly shoot that bad from three? Maybe a handful over the course of 82 games. So anyway, super entertaining. We got lots more to talk about when it comes to the production and all of that when we get to the up-down report. But what a start. And the live chat on Substack was buzzing. It
was fun.
Especially when it went into overtime. Then a second overtime. And then will it ever end?
That's what Mike Tirico said. Yeah, double overtime, but might last all night.
Keep the gym open, he said.
What is this, baseball? Okay. Well, let's move to the
Baseball's
second
a short game now. Anyway, go on.
Yes, it's so short. In the nightcap, the Warriors reminded us that they're still very much here, guys. 119-109 victory over the LeBron-less Lakers. LeBron looking cool on the sidelines in his glasses. Luka scored 43 for LA, but Jimmy Butler, he lived at the free throw line. 16 for 16 there. Perfect. And Kuminga got the start. Thought he played pretty well. Scored 17 points. As again, the Warriors beat the Lakers. We'll start with you here, Tass. Your takeaways from this one.
Well, the Golden State Warriors are the better basketball team. Number one. Then the Lakers don't have a lot of offensive weapons. I will say, though, they were able to keep it at least somewhat close, despite giving away points. They missed 11 free throws on their side. Weird stuff. They're free, Luka. They're free. Austin Reeves, weird. That being said, they were able to keep fighting, and JJ Redick has these guys fighting, even though they got down low or got down fairly big in the first quarter. Here comes Marcus Smart to anger people on the other side. He did a great job of that. Vanderbilt chipped in to anger people, and so did Jake LaRavia. They did a good job of that to keep these guys fighting back. Their top two were the guys who scored and scored a ton. Austin Reeves did look good, dropping 26 beside Luka's 43. 43, 12, and 9. 12 rebounds, 9 assists for Luka. And as we talked about yesterday, we made our bold predictions for the season, courtesy of our fans on Substack who chimed in, and it was Huevos Bancheros, who said Luka's going to average 35, 10, and 10 this season. 43, 12, and 9 to start.
Damn.
Good start. Good start, Huevos. we're almost there. So the Lakers were full of mistakes. I mean, there's just odd things. You mentioned haircuts. Jake LaRavia, his questionable haircut. He can't inbound the ball to DeAndre Ayton. What's going on there? Luka can't alley to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt really struggled in this one. Free throws, missed threes. I will say, I think there's reasons to be optimistic, considering the fight for the Lakers to get them to a point where it was fairly close till the end of the game when they went on a run. 3 minutes left. Steph Curry got out to that Gabe Vincent three-point shot and blocked him. Steph Curry blocked a freaking shot, and that was really the game for me when they couldn't put enough points together. But I do think there's optimism, even though they need a third scorer. It ain't going to be Gabe, I don't think, on a night-to-night basis. Obviously, it would help LeBron out there, but I do think there's a good fight level on this Lakers team.
What did you think, either of the Warriors or the Lakers?
I thought the Lakers had two good players last night. Luka looked great. He was dominant for the most part. He was in the lane the entire night, went 13 of 14 in the paint, was also doing his find guys for lobs kind of thing. He looked good. He does look skinnier. He was less sweaty, but he played the exact same way. He was engaged on defense, I'll give him that, it wasn't like, we saw over the summer, I feel like, a ton of highlight clips from Luka's first couple of years in the league where he's blowing by guys for dunks. This was still slow down Luka Doncic mode. The Warriors on the other side, they're just a good basketball team. It was back cut after back cut last night against the Lakers. So many baskets off movement, 29 assists on 38 makes for Golden State. And you could just tell that they are a team that's connected, that has a little bit of time playing together, even if it was only 27 games or whatever it was at the end of last season. Horford, an easy fit. Kuminga, like you're saying, was really good. This was a team that looks like they know how to play together, whereas the Lakers, we know they barely played together at all during the preseason. They're also throwing in a whole bunch of new players to begin with. They're trying to figure out how to get DeAndre Ayton involved. He didn't have a very good game at all. Didn't hit the glass at all. That's something you should be able to easily do, but I think over time, Luka, Reeves, LeBron, when he comes back, will find better ways to get Ayton involved. But basically, it was just Luka brilliance versus an entire team of good basketball players for the Warriors, and that was the difference to me. They looked like a connected team, and the Lakers looked like they were just meeting each other.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that it's what sort of happens when you maybe can't or don't take the preseason as serious as some other teams. You're going to look like that maybe. And yeah, they're going to be a different squad when if, I guess, when LeBron comes back. But Golden State scored 119 in 100 possessions. They played fast. They obviously got to the line a ton. I mean, Jimmy Butler, like I said, perfect. Curry got there a decent amount too. And Kuminga really blew the game open in the third quarter. Like, it was close at half.
Yep.
Like you said, Lakers were, playing hard. They were competing. But in the third quarter, Kuminga had 13 points. He hit 3 threes. Backdoor cut using Curry's gravity. Man, Curry didn't have a spectacular line. Like, in the end, 23 points, hit a couple threes, have 4 assists. His gravitational pull, it's like stronger than ever. You're taught in basketball to guard the ball. But when you play the Dubs, you guard Curry. And you can just use that against them. And the Warriors have done this for a decade plus now. But it's really glaring against not a great Lakers defensive team. Like, there's so many times, like you said, Trey, where it's just so many eyes on him and so far out, just cut back door. There's literally nobody there because of what he can do. So that was awesome. We got the fake comeback. That's what that game was from the Lakers last night. A classic fake comeback. Down big. Reeves sort of got going really late, I thought, and made it interesting until some defensive plays, and then Curry hit that, that bomb. That moonball bomb to really end it with 50 seconds left.
That's fair to call that a bomb. It was a deep 3, that's for sure. Yeah, he sealed it then. In this second quarter, I'm sure there's people who hated and loved the moments of Marcus Smart coming off the bench to just go at Steph Curry. And he was both drawing fouls on Curry and also fouling Curry.
There were a couple wild Marcus Smart moments or minutes there,
It was wild. But JJ Redick basically said, as you said, just go front guard that guy, go get him. Go sick him. And he did, and he helped. They did bring it back. It was a 1-point game at half. That ridiculous Jimmy Butler catching an air ball right before half and somehow getting a foul call. Really well done. Put them up just 1 going to the third quarter. And then here comes the perfect Warriors team. Cycling the ball. Their bench was ridiculously spectacular. We questioned how old this team was. Here comes Buddy, 5 threes off the bench.
He was big.
I thought Gary Payton II was really good, just knowing what he's doing out there. And Will Richard, Rook from Florida, also really good. Al Horford off the bench. He looked old. I mean, that's what he's going to do, I guess. If there's any worry, maybe Al is not himself quite yet, but that'll come. But as there's just so many good players in the starting lineup, the Kuminga looking different. I mean, he was just cutting off the ball. The Steve Kerr comparison that the broadcasters heard from Steve, that he should be Sean Marion. I mean, yeah, he should be. That would be the goal, I guess, of Jonathan Kuminga. Can he be that? In game 1, he was.
He short-circuited some possessions, I thought, in the first half, but in the second half, he was really good. They also gave him the Luka Doncic assignment the entire night, and Luka gave him baskets all night, but he was putting in an effort. 9 rebounds is huge for Kuminga. I don't know if he's going to shoot 4 for 6 from 3 every single game. That's kind of found money, I think, but if he plays as hard as he does, or as he did last night, he deserves the start for the rest of the season. If that's a good way to preserve Horford for the playoffs as well. I do think the Warriors will probably mess with lineups over the course of the year, just because sometimes they'll want some more size in there against the team that maybe is tougher inside than the Lakers are. But that was what you want to see from Jonathan Kuminga after the way the summer went.
Yeah, 6 assists for Kuminga too, 1 shy of his career high. So the ball was not just stopping with him. And you said nine rebounds, and he had 1 offensive rebound late in the game that they could not stop talking about. The Warriors were loving it. They basically addressed that 1 offensive rebound. Draymond was going nuts. Like, yeah, you're an athletic freak. You got to make big plays like that. That's how you help us win games here. So, I like that, trying to at least build him up here. There is a role for you on this team. And he was awesome. Again, not a huge stat line, but just good enough that you're like, oh yeah, he should start. Oh yeah, he gives us a boost of athleticism, especially now paired with Jimmy. But shooting is key. Like, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy's not going to shoot threes and hit threes for the most part.
Draymond isn't either.
No, so that's, if he can hit, or at least take and hit him at a decent percentage there from deep, that opens up some things. I love Jimmy having a wager with Draymond Green. Did you read about this? That he's going to finish the season with a better free throw percentage than Steph Curry.
Yep.
Steph Curry is statistically the greatest free throw shooter in NBA history at 91.1%. Butler said this sounds like a task quote to me. I don't think it's a bad bet, but it's kind of a bad bet. So Jimmy's got a little game within the game here going with Steph in terms of who's going to be the best free throw shooter on the team. Something to watch.
Yeah, when you're vets, you need things to keep you hungry.
Yeah.
And obviously, to see Jimmy perform like this in game one, you got to be super, super happy. I know people will question whether this is going to happen in January and February and all that. But coming off last year and the way it started for the Miami Heat, this is an incredible start that they came to training camp ready to play. This Warriors team looks like they could be the first seed or the number 1 seed in October, November, December. Like they should be. They could be. And so that's the scary thing for the rest of the Western Conference. So they're that good.
So of the 2 teams that lost last night, the Rockets and now the Lakers, which one, it sounds like you're a little more concerned with what you saw from LA than you are Houston. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think for sure. I think almost everybody that LA brought in the offseason didn't perform well last night. They also look to be at a disadvantage athletically, and this is against the Warriors team that is can start the oldest starting lineup if they want to. The Warriors aren't like a crazy athletic team, and they were running laps around LA, and I don't really know how that changes. Like Jimmy Butler has been this guy since he came to the Warriors. He's such a perfect fit for them because they love the freelance game. Golden State does. Jimmy can play that game, but when it's time to like slow it down and get a bucket, you heard Steve Kerr afterwards. He's like, we love chaos, but we love the stability that Jimmy brings. He was just abusing Gabe Vincent, too small all night, 5 buckets in the paint for Jimmy, and then 16 free throw attempts as well. That also sends Curry to the line more often. Once they get into the bonus, it's just nice to have like the flashy up-tempo game and then the running game as well with Jimmy Butler. So I don't necessarily know what the Lakers' solution is because Marcus Smart doesn't look like a good athlete out there. Jared Vanderbilt's maybe their best athlete outside of LeBron. He didn't score last night, so I don't know how you put these guys on the court and play an up-tempo game. Things slow down in the playoffs. That's going to be the advantage for LA for sure, but they need LeBron back. That's the main thing. They really need LeBron back, and that's going to help.
Yeah, they need somebody to find their ability to shoot because when Luka penetrates, the corner shooters generally are open, but they need somebody to be able to do that. And the Vanderbilt shots, who I'm sure JJ Redick is thinking, man, if this guy could shoot, I would play him a ton because he is good defensively. He is long. He's super athletic. But those were air balls coming from the corner. They were way off. Well, they were way off. And I've got hope that he can find his shot. But it ain't looking like it right now. Who is going to do that? I mean, they just need another shooter. They were 8 of 32 from 3-point land. Obviously, Luka had a bad night, and we want to think that Gabe can do. I think that Gabe can shoot better than that as an off-the-ball shooter. But he's number one. He shouldn't be guarding Jimmy. He's too small for Jimmy. And the Dalton Connect thing, where he ain't playing at all, is a question. If you want better offensive players, I'm not sure exactly why he ain't in there. But him and Jake LaRavia, I mean, he should be able to shoot. There should be enough shooters around the Lakers. That's the worry, is that the 3-point shooting was not there.
So if we're selling our Lakers stock, you're buying, tentatively buying still.
Well, listen, the Golden State Warriors are the better team. That's fine. But I went with the Luka Doncic is going to be the MVP because he's going to score 1 billion points on this team that needs scoring.
Sure.
Worked out. But I would think that somebody else would be able to shoot the 3 ball around him. Obviously, the DeAndre Ayton thing is a little bit worrisome because they need.
Whoever saw that coming?
Yeah, I know. I mean, Jackson Hayes looked funner out there. Like he looked like he was out there to play and out there to dunk. While DeAndre, he got a couple post calls. You could see JJ Redick was literally going to him in the post in that third quarter when the Lakers started to pull away. The Warriors started to pull away. But I don't know if that's ever going to be DeAndre Ayton.
Ayton definitely has proven to be the type of player where it feels like you have to get him involved, get him some touches, get him some shots, and then pray that he's like going to give a little effort more on the defensive end and on the glass and stuff like that. He won't just like naturally do that. It feels like where some other guys, that's their MO. It's like, don't worry, I'll get mine in the flow. I'll get mine on the glass. Like, no, you got to keep that sort of big man engaged and happy offensively. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should do that, but Yeah, not a great first game, I thought, from Ayton. Even though, 5 of 7, I think.
Yeah.
He's got great touch.
It's fine. Yeah,
he really does. But he only had 6 rebounds. That's the only real number I care about
impact.
with Ayton.
Yeah.
He's not going to get to the free throw line. You saw it a billion times. He's shooting hook shots and fadeaways. That's just his game. He doesn't roll hard to the rim. He would rather catch in the mid post and shoot it right over the top. Mm-hmm. That's different than Jackson Hayes. That's different than all of the role guys that Luka played with, and Gafford and Derek Lively. They try and get to the rim and dunk it. Lively made 33 straight, or Gafford made 33 straight shots.
Yep.
They were all dunks. He's not shooting hook shots. That's just not Ayton's game. They're going to have to figure out the chemistry there with Luka, Reeves, and then LeBron when he comes back. LeBron has usually played with a roller as well. Maybe he flashes back to the Chris Bosh days. That's kind of what Ayton plays like in the mid-range game. But 6 rebounds is unacceptable. You're the tallest guy out there. You got to be 10-plus boards.
All right, well, let's take a quick break here, and then we'll get into the up-down report to talk about some NBC production. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. Are you listening, Chet Holmgren? This machine, it's smart. It's great. The new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus is Peloton's most elevated equipment with real-time guidance and endless ways to move, both alone or with your favorite instructors like Andy, Rad, Rebecca, Jermaine. Andy, Rad, Rebecca, Jermaine. Andy, Rad, Rebecca, Jermaine. There's something there. Yeah. This is cross-training reimagined with features designed to make your workout more personal. Peloton IQ plans your workouts, tracks your progress, corrects your form, Chet Holmgren, and offers insights and guidance that help you unlock new breakthroughs. And that swivel screen. Come on already! That swivel screen offers endless ways to train and level up. So you can go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training or yoga off of it with one smooth little spin. So nice. Peloton is built for breakthroughs. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
That is something that Peloton does not have, is a chime. Like a song, like it's just like a little chime.
You liked my Andy, Rad, Rebecca, Jermaine.
Yeah, why not? That's one thing they're missing. Okay, we're working on it.
We'll add it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the up-down report.
Preparing your movies. It's the up-down report.
The up-down report. If you are new, I ask the guys a question and they tell me whether they're up or down on it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Play along in the stream team right now on YouTube or in the YouTube comments, or tweet at us at NoDunksInc. First one. Guys, I just want to know, up or down on the Thunder's ring ceremony. So them getting the rings, them raising the banner, maybe the rings themselves. Shout out to Justin's.
Shout out to Justin's.
Oh my God. Unbelievable that's back in our lives.
They're back, baby.
What'd you think overall, TK? Up or down?
No complaints.
Okay.
It was fine.
So you're like in the middle, basically.
Are these ever exciting? If you're not a fan of the team?
Fair.
I mean, they just go out. You see a guy be wowed at the ring. It's cool that there was like a screen on the inside of it so they could watch their highlights. Yeah. I do like that it comes with a more wearable ring on the inside. Yo, dog, we heard you like rings, so we put a ring inside of your ring. But the one inside is more like, just like a standard little circle with their numbers on it. You're probably going to wear that more often than the big fist-sized ring.
Yep.
I thought the bomber jackets were pretty cool.
Yeah.
The thing that really had me scratching my head was the order of the way that the players were brought out. It's like, okay, we're doing Dylan Jeans first.
Dylan Jeans.
Hey, pull your pants up, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Dylan Jeans shows up. Then Brandon Carlson is there. Okay, I'm like, okay, these are like the bit players at the end. Nikola Topic gets a ring. Then we start getting into like the fan favorites. Huge pop for Isaiah Hartenstein. Huge pop for Alex Caruso. Cason Wallace. Then suddenly we're back to Jay Will and Isaiah Joe and Ousmane Dieng. Guess what's next? J-Dub. Chet. Cool. Where are the starters? Nope. Aaron Wiggins and Kenrich Williams. I was like, how does this make any sort of sense?
Yeah.
We were going up and down, up and down, up and down. It made sense to me that Dort and SGA were the last guys. The first guys there, I guess outside of probably Kenrich Williams, but long timers who have really kind of been culture guys for OKC. So that was really throwing me off. I also thought a boring banner. NBA champions, Oklahoma City Thunder. It's Navy. It wasn't all that exciting, but like, this is not for the casual fan. This is not for even the diehard fan. This is for OKC fans, I think.
I do like how they all put their hands on the banner.
Yeah, I did like that moment.
That was cool.
Before they
touching
raised it.
Yeah, that was good. And then they took the good photo in front of it.
Yeah, they all took that photo. They all looked at their rings more so like an Instagram photo, more than other teams, I think.
Yeah.
Like, here, let's do our thing.
Did you see Case and Wallace having some fun with that moment?
No, I didn't.
He was putting up the middle finger.
Oh, really?
You can see him chuckling, like, look at this, look at this. He had his ring on his middle finger.
Yeah, I got to go up. I felt good. Yeah, the jacket with the gold, I'm always jealous of. Whenever a team puts that on, it looked great. Yeah. I mean, other than that, they seemed excited. Chet Holmgren loved his new ring. As you said, the double ring, smart.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like the rings. I can't believe they're from Justin's. That's so good. The only thing I would add is I wrote in my notes, is there any guy in the league with a bigger and more permanent smile than big Jalen Williams? He is a smiley guy.
Always
cheesing. Always cheesing. I love the crowd leveling up. Of course, the pop for SGA. I was with you, TK. I was like, what is the order here? What is going on here? But saved the loudest ovation, obviously, for their MVP and their finals MVP. That was cool. And I just wrote, one of the weirdest dap trains ever. You're dapping up Adam Silver, then you're dapping up Sam Presti, and you're finally dapping up owner Clay Bennett. That's a weird dap train in my mind, but that's how they got their ring at the end. Sort of cool that every guy is basically still on the team, too.
Yeah.
It was like, usually after a championship, there's people leaving, new guys, whatever. I know the new guys in wouldn't get a ring, but my point, right? It's like, yeah, they're just all there still. They're basically all playing, except Dylan Jeans.
Yeah. Tyler Fredrickson here in the stream team says it was based on how long they've been with the team.
Oh, okay.
That seems about right.
You did say Dort and SGA, right?
Yeah, they were the last guys.
Okay.
And Kenrich Williams was near the end, and he's been there a long time as well. Do you think SGA misspoke at the end of his thing when he says, this ring is as much ours as it is yours? You think it was supposed to be flipped?
I think so. I would. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, no, not even, for they hold themselves with some confidence. SGA does, as he should. He's the MVP. Not even hey, let's go get another one. Let's run it back. Nothing. Absolutely. He was very muted, I thought, in his little talk to the crowd. Nothing about it.
That's who he is. I mean, he's always been like that.
Right. Yeah, he's very consistent in his life.
He's very consistent in his life.
Okay, so overall,
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, it was good. Hey, you mentioned the DAP line of went Silver, Presti, Bennett.
Yeah.
Odd order. They had to switch. The production guy had to say, hey, Bennett, Presti, switch spots. But after Adam Silver handshook both those guys, they were ready to hand it out. They had to switch. But I do like, as we'll get to the NBC production, I did like the little name keys, the graphic that came up that said Clay Bennett, Sam Presti. The colors were good. You don't see that, do you? And past
I can't remember.
I know, but it was just good. It was just well done production-wise, I thought.
I can't remember the Brad Stevens lower third. I'm sorry. I'm only human.
Man, nice colors. I know we're geeks and we're getting into the NBC production, and so maybe I had my eyes focused on that, but it was solid. It was great to see Clay and Sam and Adam.
I didn't think they booed Adam Silver hard enough either.
Man, they boo that guy.
Yeah, not as hard as most crowds. Well, it was funny. Sam Presti, yay! Clay Bennett, the owner, yay! He was even shocked. You could see him. He's like, well, as an owner, you don't usually get a nice reception like that. Thank you. And then obviously you go to Commissioner Silver. That's when you usually boo. There was boos. I think it was over the top boos.
Right.
Yeah, there's too nice in Oklahoma, I think is the point.
Was Adam trying to cry?
What?
Adam seemed extremely emotional. Not trying. I mean, trying's not the, yeah, he was being emotional and hugging Clay and hugging Sam. And
he had a really nice hug for SGA. He's like, oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. You're so consistent.
Anyway, I want to know,
I don't think he was trying.
Yeah, was he? Somebody asked him.
Allergies, maybe?
He looked like he wanted to.
What was the pollen count in OKC yesterday?
Tumbleweed to the eye. All right, let's go next one here. Next one, we were already teasing it. Let's finally talk about it. Up or down on the NBA on NBC's production. So there's this encompasses a lot, right? Maybe the pregame show, the graphics, the score bug, the commentary, everything all in. Tass, will start with you here. What do you think? Up or down?
I'm up. First of all, you saw analysts, former players who love the game and know the game. I think that's nice. Then you saw player introductions. All right, here, this is is a show to some degree. This is a performance. And then you saw a great Scorebug graphic. I love that. I think they just did a great job of packaging as this entertainment element, this entertainment feature of who they are and what they are. And I think Adam Silver and the NBA made that a goal when they sat at the table here with NBC and ESPN and Amazon. We want to make this more of a show. I think we see it in other leagues. I'll bring up baseball again because I did talk to somebody who said that they, along with their partners, had this discussion about making it a bigger performance because you got to feature your stars. And they've done that more in baseball than ever in the past. The cameras are all over them. They find them on the field. They find them in the dugout. And in the NBA here now in the first part of this deal, I think that was definitely something that was a priority for both the NBA and the partners. And I think they did a great job.
Do we think they're going to continue with the player introductions when these games are on NBC? Or was this a opening night ring ceremony type of special thing? Or
they're doing Sunday nights, right?
Eventually, yes.
I think they will probably do it then. Yeah. I think those will be the marquee games because it's kind of hard to judge because we didn't really actually see the beginning of Lakers Warriors, right? Yeah. But opening night, game 1, Thunder Rockets, that felt like a huge game. I think part of that is having Mike Tirico. The guy's like an NBA Finals vet in the past. He does the Olympics. So it felt big having him on the broadcast, catching up with game 2 midway through. That just felt like another regular season game to me. But maybe they did if you actually got to see the full thing, you see the full starting lineups, you see the pageantry of it. But it definitely felt like a big production, I thought, from NBC for ring night.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of Tirico, Reggie Miller, and Jamal Crawford on the call with that first game specifically?
I like it. I like that Reggie and Jamal Crawford clearly like basketball. Like they are very enthusiastic about watching. I thought a little too much this guy is this guy. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander made 2 mid-range jumpers, and at one point he got compared to Jamal Crawford, and the next one he got compared to Sam Cassell. The guy is the best mid-range player in the game. Compare him to like maybe some of the greats. If you're gonna compare him to anybody, how about Michael Jordan, the guy that's on your network?
Right.
The Sam Cassell. Come on. Other than that, I thought that was a bit of a crutch, but that's an easy way to talk about the game and an easy note going forward. Like just talk about what they're doing. Talk about how Shai is able to shed guys with his off arm and still steady himself to knock down the jumper.
Yeah. Who else? There was Şengün was compared to Dirk at one point because he was on fire from 3.
And Jokic.
Which is fair enough. There were some fun. Penny Hardaway was mentioned. Was that Amen Thompson? I don't know who got that one.
Thompson.
Okay.
Yeah, which was fun.
Yeah.
I forget who, but it happened a couple of times. Guys getting fouled on 3-pointers. How can you not compare him to Reggie Miller and Jamal Crawford, who are like the 2 best 4-point play guys up until, basically James Harden got going. So I can understand that one. They're on the broadcast comparing each other to the guys that are out there for sure. But there was a lot of, remember this guy?
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And what did you think of the Scorebug that Tass really liked? Obviously it's a lot smaller than we've seen on some of the other broadcasts. Were you a fan of it? Doesn't matter to you.
You thought it was small?
Yeah, I think it's pretty small.
I thought it was tall. It's fine.
It might be tall, but it doesn't take up a lot of the screen.
It's not wide. Yeah.
In fact, I actually think it's sort of designed for social media vertical videos. I was starting to think about it because it's right there and it doesn't go all the way. Possibility. Yeah. Instead of putting a Scorebug in a corner or something like that, then you're going to not have it. But anyway.
I like the length of it. I thought it was really solid. I like how the colors of each team popped behind their names. They're pretty bright. I thought it just looked super clean. Great font selection. Even when they went to the player stat lines, it just looked good because it was a little taller. I guess you're right. They're a little. The font was a little fatter. I was totally fine with it.
What did you think about the little slam and 3-point shot graphics that would pop up after a particular play?
Cheesy. A little cheesy, but I like so much of it. I was okay letting that roll. The question also was under the peacock logo, which is dead in the middle. It looks like sort of like a chalkboard wipe. Like it looks whitey/black. That's kind of weird.
Okay.
But I think overall,
You mean where it said like American Express tip off and all that?
no, like right behind the peacock logo.
Okay, I didn't notice.
What's that color all about? But I did like the colors of the teams. They look. Again, it kind of looked like this was a bigger deal. I just think it was a solid logo. I loved when I saw Clay Bennett, Oklahoma City owner, and that Scorebug, the key graphic underneath him. I just thought I think they did well with their Scorebug. Now, I don't like the long ones. I'm not a big fan of the monster left to right.
My one knock on the Scorebug, overall I thought it was fine, but I could have used a little more like pop outs, let's call them, for how many points does Shea have? How many points does Durant have? What's he shooting? Like we would see a lower third, like a low bar with some of their stats. I like at least like when Shea's, hit over 30, I want a little thing to pop out that tells me he's at 31, 32 points. A little bit more of that I think would be nice, but I didn't mind the little slam and 3-point graphics. I wonder if there's any other ones. Like we were wondering in the chat last night, is there a wedgie graphic?
What else do they have?
Is there a little underwear that pops up when we get a wedgie? That'd be hilarious. But yeah, I don't know.
It was playful. I like that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't minimalist. I like that. What I didn't like, it didn't have timeouts. Like it should have all the information.
Yeah, it
out
doesn't
there.
have that. You're right. It kept it very simple.
But it did have the score, which is the important thing. Do we need a score bug? Didn't used to have them. Watch a game from the 80s. They flash it up like every 5 minutes. It's weird.
Yeah.
But also you can see the whole court.
Yeah, so maybe just bring it up every once in a while.
It means you have to pay attention more.
Big time.
Yeah. Well, that's why I kind of like that it's small. There's just the score. That's all you see. You don't see anything else. And it doesn't take away a lot of the court.
Right. I have some notes on the pregame show and the team that they've got here. I guess one of their A teams. Maria Taylor was with Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. I don't know how much you guys saw of the hour pregame show. Or JD, they had some brutal audio technical difficulties to start. I don't know if Tracy McGrady's earpiece was working. He had no idea what people were talking about. It was cool. They were on the court. I sort of liked it. Like it gave it more energy, that big game feeling. I liked the little circular bird nest looking desk they had even, which I think can change colors. So it looked cool, but they just had some audio technical difficulties, which they seemed to figure out. But I had a note. They did a thing. They showed this clip about the OKC guys, Chet, J-Dub, SGA, talking about fashion, of course, and like grading each other's fits. Okay, awesome. Then they came back, and then Maria Taylor and the production team showed some old fits of your Melo, of your VC, and of your McGrady. And they did not show McGrady in his big ass pantsuit. Like, this is where you differ from TNT. This is why those guys are legends, because they will take shots at those guys and they take it in stride. And that's hilarious. But it's like, I just couldn't believe they didn't show it. Come on, you got to show the McGrady pants.
He's not proud of those pants.
No, I know. And that's what I'm getting at. It's like you could tell. Like that, it was talked about in a pre-production meeting.
Don't show my pants.
Hey, can we show Tracy McGrady's big ass pants? Like, no, not on night one. Absolutely not. No, come on.
You're right. You're right. I don't know about the pants, but you could have easily had plenty of meetings with Vince Carter and saying, "How can we make fun of your cuz? Like, how can we do it?
Yeah,
It's something."
Right.
I mean, play together with them.
But those guys have a great spirit. They do love the game. I actually think it looks cool with Maria Taylor and her height. She's actually at the same height as all of them. It sort of just looks better on television. I'm sure she has heels on, of course, but she's a tall woman too. I thought they did pretty good. Pretty good for the first one here.
Yeah.
And we got the whole, obviously, round ball rock and that NBC Peacock logo with the lasers.
Yeah. They were pressing the round ball rock button a lot.
Oh yeah, they
but
were.
who was mad? Like, I was like, oh yeah, give me the basketball. I'm gonna dunk it.
I saw you tweet about this, so I got to get your opinion on it. For the people watching live and listening, they did have a video off the top of the production, like right when we were getting to the game, and it was basically them asking all current players who are all super young, "Hey, what do you remember about NBC back in the 90s. And like the whole answer, and they were leaning into it, right? It was like, what? I don't know. I wasn't born.
Are you serious?
I don't know. Like Anthony Edwards, like Michael Jordan, like taking a crack at it. And then they sort of like that dovetailed into the old guys, your Durants, your Currys, your LeBron, I guess. Did they have LeBron in it? Anyway, the whole point is like, oh, the old guys remember. It's sort of funny. But it made us feel old, you said.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I remember all of this vividly. I remember when I thought that getting HD was the most HD it could possibly be, like when the screens expanded. Nothing will be better than this, I thought back then. So, yeah, it's a good way to feel old having every important player now be like, what? There's no way I could know anything from 30 years ago. It's like, all right, well, pull up a chair.
Yeah. All right, final one here in the Up-Down Report. Let's get to Michael Jordan's halftime segment. It was called MJ, Insights into Excellence. TK, you get us started. Up or down on this new MJ segment?
100% up. It's just great to have this guy back in our lives. I would watch him say anything. He told a story about a rich guy paying him to shoot a free throw, and I was on the edge of my seat, hanging on every word when he said absolutely. It felt like Championship 7 for the Chicago Bulls. This apparently is just one long interview with Mike Tirico, and they're gonna cut it up and bust out the MIDI clips like it's a podcast on YouTube, and I don't care. He can talk about literally anything, and he's captivating to watch.
Yeah.
There's Aura, and then there's Michael Jordan. Nobody is on his level.
Tough to disagree. The story is hilarious when you think about what he's actually talking about, and him giving back to the league is doing one interview with Mike Tirico that they're going to chop up into 1 million segments at his house, by the way. So that's funny. But then, Trey, you're right. It's like, it's impossible to take your eyes or obviously tune him out at all when he is talking. He is just so damn good at telling a story. Yep. And that voice has that gravitas.
Oh, his voice is so good.
Doesn't matter what he's saying.
He is going to do more than the standard interview.
Well, next week, he's talking about load management.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but that's from the same interview.
Cass, why? How do we know?
I don't know.
I assume he sat down with Tirico in his house. They talked for 2 hours. They've got things that obviously Tirico brought up, load management, how the game is different. How would you play or fare in today's game? Yeah. Who's your favorite? Like, I assume there's all these, and they just are going to like sprinkle them in every broadcast.
Every broadcast? There's going to be 30 parts of that interview, 30 times 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Probably because the first one was him about hitting a free throw.
It was like, hey, what you been up to? Just two guys catching up. Yeah. Mike on Mike.
Well, that's why you're not going to remember a guy. And the way he hit a free throw on another guy and Tim telling that story, obviously he's spectacular and it's captivating.
Yeah.
But the story was just okay. There wasn't a breakdown of any play or whatever. Not that he needs to do that, but just something. Other than hitting a free throw at his age, he can still do it. And that made his week, hitting that free throw. I mean, he's awesome. So we're all just waiting. You can say whatever you want. Are you going to tell us about your alcohol? I hope not. I don't care what he says.
I hope so. I like talk about the scars, Mike. Let's go.
Is it a tequila?
I don't know what he has.
Anyways, it's great to see him at the love seat, just chilling and talking to him. I just thought there'd be more at some point.
Here's what you're saying, I think, because I thought this. What happens when, I don't know, Jokic, SGA, Luka, whoever, some guy goes for like 60, 40, and 30, like the night before or the game before, whatever. And it's like, you would want to get Jordan's reaction to that, but then it's a clip from 2 months ago where he's just talking about some random thing. That part might be a little weird because I don't think he's going to be like talking live is what we're getting at here.
Yeah, well, I don't care if he talks about a current play or game. I think that's asking a little bit much of MJ because I don't think he wants to do that. Clearly, he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to do what he wants to do. But
hey, he's not doing it for money.
Right. But
literally said that.
I'm fine.
I don't care if it's about a play that Jokic does or Shea does, but he could talk about the modern game. I guess he will.
Oh, that's coming. Guaranteed.
I guess.
Guaranteed.
But something. But it's just going to be Tirico and him in his house. I don't know. It seems like it could be a little bit more involved. A little bit.
No basketball hoops at his house.
Amazing.
Well, hopefully they do like a second interview. Like maybe this one will be the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Things
I
transpire.
would hope so.
We go back and record another 2 hours and then chop them up into bits. And you can get him talking about maybe not something that happened the night before, but something that's been transpiring during the season, I think is kind of reasonable to expect.
Okay,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. Like if you went last year, you should be talking to Michael Jordan about the Cavs starting 15-0, right? Or the Thunder challenging 72 wins or something like that. Like that's a natural thing to be like, what was it like when you guys or the Bulls were going for the record and all that? Like, yeah. But maybe you're right. Maybe there'll be another one.
We'll see,
I
yeah.
mean, he seemed to like really get along with Mike Tirico.
Yeah.
Mike Peacock, as we call him now. Like honestly,
Why are we calling him Mike Peacock?
it came up on yesterday's show, and I like calling him Mike Peacock now.
Listen, Tirico's a great pick. Jordan wants to talk to him. He respects him. And so that is going to evolve. And it's going to be clear that Michael will share what he wants to share because of the guy sitting across from him. That's
I was
great.
getting flashbacks to Michael Jordan talking what felt like only with Ahmad Rashad back in the 90s.
His
Like,
main man.
that was his main man. That's his guy. And I was like, maybe Tirico, Mike Peacock's the new guy.
New main man?
yeah, I don't
Is Amada, I mean, they could get him, I think.
He's available.
Was it Inside Stuff? Was that, I don't know, NBC?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They got to get him back.
His
I
name-
think.
what's his name?
And look, Jake Random makes a good point here in the stream team. He's got to talk about LeBron James at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Got to ask him about it.
Yeah. So that'll be one segment. Obviously
Yeah.
during a Lakers game. Maybe that's the one they were even going to go with until LeBron's out with sciatica and they're like, hey, get the free throw clip in here.
Oh, yeah. People really want to hear about your free throw versus talking about the other guy that they say is the greatest player ever. We will hear something from him about the greats, hopefully.
Well, they tease next week. It's load management. So you know he's going to talk about how he felt like it was his duty to play all 82 games. We've heard this before. He's going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see if he criticizes any of the current players on how they approach a regular season. Or will he be more on their side now? I don't know. We'll find out.
And clearly he has the right to air what he wants to air. He's
He's got
editing.
final say.
Yeah. It's Michael Jordan. This is
My house, my rules, my editing bay.
That'd be crazy if at the end we find out he's the one cutting the clips.
What? He's learned Premiere Pro during the last 20 years.
He's like, yeah, I got to pay $40 a month to use it, but don't worry about it.
He's like, hey, Mike Peacock, can I get your Getty Images account? I'd love to download some photos to add to this. All right, JD, I'd love to get your thoughts on the overall production and the MJ thing here. I don't know if you watched any last night. I think you watched a bit.
Tess. It's not Tess. It's me. Hello. I thought it was great. It was felt like a finals game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they pulled out all the stops. Obviously, it's the first night out. I don't think the intros are going to stay. I hope they do, but feels like special occasion. You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
But,
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, like last night, that pregame show, which was called NBA Showtime, like with Maria Taylor and all those guys, Melo, VC, and T-Mac, like they even said, like, we're showing you the whole ring ceremony, which broadcast prior, we don't get it all sometimes. You get little pieces here and there. So maybe they'll always, with that pregame show, be like, show you the intros.
Yeah.
It saves us a block of having to talk. And people seem to really like it. So we'll see.
100%.
Okay.
And that sailor could sing.
Yeah.
Taylor could sing.
He was moving
Taylor
with some
can
pace,
sing.
though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes,
It was great. I actually had to turn the volume down on my TV because it was just like
His pipes were too
pipes were just like billowing off the rafters and coming back. It
Wow.
was crazy.
Shattering
That
windows.
sailor can sing.
Here, I have a pitch, a crazy pitch.
Okay.
For the Scorebug. You know how they used to have the shot clock like chroma'd onto the
floor.
floor?
Yeah, TNT, yeah.
Well, what if we did that? Put the scoreboard on the floor.
Whoa.
And you only caught a glimpse of it when you passed by it.
It's at half court.
Yeah, or something. You know, like it's like
You gotta rewind it.
you know, there's like there's the corporate logos on the floor.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But digitally put the scoreboard on there,
Okay.
and then you catch a glimpse of it every time you pass by it. I don't know. Is that crazy?
I don't hate it. I wouldn't mind to see it,
Yeah.
Gotta see if it works. But
So you have the Scorebug graphic like normal, but then you've got the digitally
no, he's
imposed.
saying
I'm
remove
saying
the
just get
Scorebug.
rid of it off the screen. So it's not blocking anything. It's just on the floor. Guys are like literally running over
This
it.
guy wants more floor
Yeah.
with a digital
More
floor.
you're saying.
More floor, yeah.
People were complaining about how the shot clock came onto the Scorebug. Their fans were upset. There's no doubt about that. And listen, the production definitely listened to fans to say, oh, okay, player intros, players who love the frickin' game are going to be sitting at our desks. So, they're listening. They're listening.
Round ball rock 24/7. They love it. Just keep hitting play.
A digitally imposed score.
I don't know.
Picture this, Tess. Clay Bennett's handing out rings instead of putting up a Scorebug on the floor, on the ring box. It says Clay Bennett.
Those are nice boxes. Those guys loved those boxes.
Okay, well, let's hear from everybody out there, podcast listeners, everybody on YouTube. Your thoughts on the production and MJ's halftime show. Pick 'em. Good win for you and me, TK. We had the Warriors covered by 2.5. Task goes down in our very short month here. You said it was like 9 nights. Short month, troll man. Whoever's in last place will have to do the show from underneath the desk, dressed as a troll, gets to get kicked. So, where are we going tonight, Task? Because this is really our first real night of crazy so many basketball games.
Tonight's kind of opening night. Night 2, 12 games, so 24 teams saying hello to the NBA season. Excited for that. The game I picked, I thought it was, was it reassuring for me? I took Dallas at home against the Spurs. It's a 2.5 point line. The Mavs favored at home. I picked Dallas as a lock for an over selection, so I was backing it up, and I was excited about that. And now you guys both picked the Spurs on the other side, so really, I could be down 2 games after 2 nights, or we could all tie it up.
1-1.
But I do expect Dallas to be a very, very good team this year. Maybe I'm just full of optimism because it is October 22nd when we're all supposed to be optimistic about things.
Hey,
But it's the Spurs.
You excited for the Eastern Conference tonight?
Can't wait. Of course. I'll be taking in an Eastern Conference matchup
So
tonight.
will I. I'll see you down there
Hawks Raptors.
at the Fortress.
Minus 5.5 line. Hawks favored.
Oh, the disrespect.
Too big, you think?
Hell yeah. Raptors are winning. Raps are going to win by 15 tonight.
Ooh. I'll take the flip side. I'll.
Oh, we got a hot dog on the line or something?
You want to throw it? All right. It's a hot dog bet. Hot dog, diggity dog. Yeah, we got one hot dog on the line for tomorrow. Somebody will be eating a Frankfurter here in the studio, stinking it up. He's going to have to open the windows, open the garage door. Yeah, I'm taking the Spurs tonight because I can't imagine Victor Wembanyama fitting under this table.
That's
Imagine him trying to be a troll. Couldn't do it.
He wouldn't be dressing as a troll for Halloween this year.
That's right.
Can't imagine that.
Super flexible, though.
He is very flexible. That's a good point.
You could do the splits under this thing. Easily. I think he could sit in the splits for an hour.
I believe he
problem.
could too, yeah.
About a hot dog on it?
It's about a hot dog on it.
Okay, let's call it there. That's tonight's game. You said a lot of games are on. Tass, you're going to be on Playback tonight.
Yeah.
You will not be down at the Fortress. You're going to be on
not.
Playback. That link is in the show notes. You can actually join and watch the games live with Tass, and you're going to be bouncing around. You're the maestro of the remote. So people were calling you in the Substack chat last night. So you're starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think I got to put the kids to bed today. So 8 p.m. is my free time, and
Okay.
I'm ready. Yeah, everyone, if you tune in on Playback, everyone can hear us and read the chat. If it's a League Pass game and you got League Pass, you will see it, obviously. The national games will be seen by international fans, or if you get a VIP on Playback. But either way, you can hear everything.
The game's on national television tonight on ESPN. Cavs-Knicks at 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
skipped that one for the pick'em.
Yeah, and then Spurs-Mavericks is the second one,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you said. But we got Raptors-Hawks. What else? We got
games. I'm gonna be clicking a lot.
Wolves-Blazers. Oh my God.
Bulls,
Heat Magic.
Pistons, I will be
Bulls,
putting my
Pistons,
eyeballs
Bulls.
on.
Holy moly. Yep, and Survivor
Rivalries,
tonight. There's
yeah.
a lot on the television screens tonight. NBA is back. New season, new merch. Order our latest No Dunks shirt, crew neck today. Get 25% off with promo code NODUNKS25. That's NODUNKS25. Put that in at the end. You get 25% off that new item. Go to nodunks.com or you can hit the link in the show notes. All right. Great to be back talking about real NBA hoops. And we'll be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern to recap as many games as possible. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, Olympic weightlifters are not tall people. That's all I got to say about that. I know you watched every single event at the
Summer
Olympics.
Olympic event, that's right.
Everyone? The weightlifters? That's why I need
watch
to...
some weightlifting because our Armenia does quite well in those type of events. They are short, squat people.
Yeah, that part of the world really good. Maybe they're not tall. No one's tall, right?
No.
As far as weightlifters go.
I don't think so.
Listen, let's get in with NBC broadcasts, obviously NBA games and the Olympics. I mean, they should put the height of every weightlifter.
That was actually funny last night as we go here. There was a moment where Tarico was doing the Olympics on NBC. The Winter Olympics are coming. Like, they're this winter, right? And they were showing rowing. And he even had to note, we're showing you rowing here because you see in the Summer Olympics in 2028, there'll be some events in Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them is rowing. So
One of them is rowing.
That's how he got there. But I thought it was really weird talking about the Winter Olympics showing us people rowing.
That is weird.
Yeah,
I'm glad he noted it.
It will be there.
He's a pro.
Why are they going to row in Oklahoma?
You can't row in the ocean.
Well,
They've got some huge, like, rowing setup.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like where U.S. rowing is headquartered.
There you go.
Why? No idea.
Okay.
But it is there.
okay, you're traveling. You're going to Oklahoma to row.
Praise today, people.